6 years, 7 years back, we shifted big time to e-library concept, the concept of e-library. So before that, the number of e-journals that we were subscribing were a little less. So about 6 years, 7 years back, we started subscribing to various online platforms in a big way. Currently, we have this portfolio. We have the clinical key. Then we have, this year we started Access Medicine. We have Nature Research. We have BMJ case reports, BMJ best practice. We had most of the year, the subscription has just expired of JP Digital. We have books of Springer Nature, Springer Link. We have up to date, we are in the process of renewing the subscription. There's a little gap because of bureaucratic issues. Sometimes there's a gap. Then we are part of the ERMED consortia as well. So we do get some good number of journals from ERMED consortia, and we have clinical key student as well. So as I had mentioned, because we cater to different courses, we run different courses, our university has different courses. So we try to cater to all groups, okay? So we try, as I said, we try definitely, we may not be perfect. Still, there is, of course, a room for improvement, but this is what we attempt. So this is how it started. 2007, we started with BMJ best practice and BMJ case reports. And then gradually over a period of time, we added, 2020, we had added Access Medicine. And if you can see, most of these we started in 2015, okay? And in the last, you can see remote access. So all the e-subscriptions that we subscribe can be accessed by the students, by the residents, faculty, everyone from anywhere, from outside the campus as well. Okay. So during this COVID time, we organized by various publishers in collaboration with various publishers, various number of webinars. I think again this has not been updated, and many free trials were given to us. So these are the list of free trials. We are still getting Dynamed. This is still ongoing. This trial has been extended. So a number of free trials were given, and I think they were very helpful to us. And then so many webinars were organized, many by our central library and many by ERMED, I presume. So a huge number of webinars that we circulated, and our faculty and residents and students participated and probably were enriched as well. So as I mentioned, we are on the cloud. elibrary.kgmu.org is the address, and all residents, students, faculty, they can access all the e-contents that we subscribe using this link, this platform. So then we have all the library management is on this Koha software. So this is all that I wanted to tell you about our central library. Can you stop this? So before we start, our Vice Chancellor was not able to join us online, but he has made a recording today morning only, and he'll address this gathering by this recorded message. Our Vice Chancellor joined this year. He is Lieutenant General Dr. Vipin Puri. He's a pediatric surgeon, primarily by training, and because of his other commitments, he was unable to join this meeting online live. So this is his recorded message that I'll play for you.
Good afternoon, representatives of the publishing houses, faculty of the King George Medical University, residents, students, and other invited institutes who have joined us today on this virtual platform. It is often said that libraries store the energy that transforms the imagination. They open up the window to the world and inspire us to explore and achieve and contribute to improving our quality of life. Well, friends, ladies and gentlemen, as you're all aware that this library, Central Library of the King George Medical University, was established as early as 1911. And at that point of time, it was a small, limited space inside the administrative block, which is now called the Central Library. And actually, the main institution as it is, the Central Library, was actually built in 1978. And over the years, it has expanded to its present dimensions. Today, the Central Library spreads over 4,000 square feet in a multi-story setting with more than 70,000 books and journals, and is perhaps one of the best in the country. Equipped with all the latest technology, including automation with Koha, that is the library management software, online searching of documents through OPAC, which is the online public access catalog, literature tagged with radio frequency identification system, security with magnetic detection gates. Our Central Library has evolved into a state-of-the-art facility of which the King George Medical University is truly proud of. Since 2002, our Central Library is also linked with the National Medical Library, New Delhi, and presently we are members of the Electronic Resource Medicine, this what is called the EarthMed India Consortium, with access to more than 240 high-quality e-journals from 5 leading publishers. KGMU is at present running various undergraduate, postgraduate courses in 4 faculties: medical, dental, paramedical, and nursing. And it has been our endeavor to provide optimal educational resources to each of these group of students, keeping in mind that they all come from very diverse backgrounds. They have very different IT aptitudes and accomplishments, and therefore we really have to cater for a very diverse subset of children. We have an existing subscription of world-leading publishers, which includes Elsevier, BMJ, McGraw-Hill, and Springer Nature, and these already exist. Though our library has a mix of both offline and online content upfront, nowadays, in recent times, the main focus has shifted to e-platforms, especially in the backdrop of the COVID pandemic. So friends, as we try and put things together, we find that there are limitations in the portfolio of each publisher that we can subscribe to because of the involved fees that needs to be paid to each publisher. Now, with these limited funds, it often sometimes becomes difficult to put things into place, and therefore our goals keep shifting based on the priority, the basis of which is the students and their requirements from time to time. So we are constantly striving to provide more and more academic content to our students and faculty members. And in this meeting, I'm sure that many publishers will get a chance to present their portfolio for us to understand this a little better, that how could we perhaps take on, and which all publishers can we take on into, with their portfolios. It shall be our endeavor to set up additional finances in order to expand this list in the near future. I would also ask the honorary librarian to explore the possibility of some sort of a public-private partnership of funds under the CSR in order to augment this so-called temple of learning. I must acknowledge that many publishers also provided us with free online contents this year, and I would like to thank them profusely for their support. I would take this opportunity to request all my dear faculty, residents, students to make earnest use of the Central Library and the extraordinary facilities it offers. I sincerely believe that there is no problem in the world which a library card can't solve. So my sincere advice to all of you is that if you don't have one, get one today. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for addressing us and giving your thoughts about the Central Library and how to proceed further. Now, we'll start the meeting. There's some okay, so we start the first session. I'll request everyone to stick on time. Okay, there was some disturbance. Could you hear that, or only I was listening? Okay, I'm sorry for the little confusion. There was some extra noise coming in my computer, so I thought maybe everyone is listening to that. Okay, so I'd like to thank the Vice Chancellor for addressing this gathering. And now we move on to the presentation by the different publishers. The list is alphabetical. The first presentation is by BMJ Group, and I'll request Mr. Shikhar Shrivastava to make the presentation. I'll request everyone to please stick on time. It's relatively, we have 8 participants, so we do have some limitation of time. And I'll request the faculty members or other participants, if they have any queries, to put it on the chat box, and we'll like to answer that. Okay, over to you, Mr. Shikhar Shrivastava.
Thank you so much, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, please carry on.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to thank you, the Honorable VC Lieutenant General Dr. Bipin Puri, for such a great message. Professor Apul Goyal, for inviting us an opportunity to showcase the BMJ e-resources on behalf of BMJ. So the British Medical Journal, we are a value-driven company, and our values are the important part of our company culture. So our values are, we are evidence-based, our content is all our evidence-based. We are transparent, BMJ is transparent, open and trusted. We are proud to the people, we are proud to the healthcare professionals, we are proud to the doctors. We are patient-centered and customer-focused. Our aim is to always to improve the patient outcomes. We are independent, courageous and unbiased. So being a global healthcare knowledge provider, the BMJ is a flagship journal who has an impact factor of more than 30. We have always other e-resources, that is the BMJ best practice, which has recently been upgraded into the BMJ best practice with comorbidities tool. BMJ Learning, which is again a evidence-based modules, BMJ Case Reports, a rich depository of the cases, BMJ Research to Publication. Very pleased to share, which recently Professor Apul Goyal has said that this has been subscribed by the KGMU for last many years, especially for the case reports and the BMJ best practice. So once again, it's a depository of the cases of more than 15,000 articles and approximately over 70 countries. This also gives chance to submit as many as cases to faculties, students, and the respected doctors. Just a pictorial overview how case reports is contributing at a global level in India. So India has contributed a lot in BMJ case reports, and we are very pleased to share that in last 6 months there are many case reports has been accepted under the fellowship code of KGMU and published globally. So these are all the cases which has been recently published at a global level from King George Medical University. Now moving towards the wide range of the topics, this gives a chance to each and every department to submit their cases. That this shows the breadth of the specialty area. So each and every area is being covered in BMJ case reports. Now moving towards the BMJ best practice. BMJ best practice with comorbidities. This is a recent updation, latest version that is called the BMJ best practice with comorbidities, where we can say to treat the whole patient. And the idea is that BMJ best practice with comorbidities supports the healthcare professional to treat the whole patient, especially when they are managing the acute conditions. Once we apply the comorbidities, it gives you the management plan instantly. And we have seen that with the BMJ best practice with comorbidities, that gives the confidence to improve the patient outcomes. If we should see the comorbidities at a glance, so it's a very significant and a costly global problem. 1 in 3 adults suffers from the multiple chronic conditions. And we generally have seen that managing comorbidities patients is really difficult and very hard. And one of the reasons is that the clinical guidelines is only focused on a single condition, and that leads to sometimes the worst clinical outcome. So with this, and especially the longer lengths to stay. So BMJ best practice with comorbidities, helps and supports to improve the patient outcomes, reduce the cost, avoid unnecessary treatments, as well as reduce the lengths to stay. These are the few stats which shows the how comorbidity is taken apart. So if you see that 20% of the patients with COPD also have seen the diabetes. Similarly, 60% of the patients with the hip fracture also have a tendency to hypertension. Similarly, in 30% of the patients with STEMI also have a CKD. It shows when we apply the comorbidities part within the BMJ best practice, and that gives the accurate changing in the practice, which leads to the correct management plan, adjust plan appropriately, and it's really very helpful and useful for the doctors. Especially this is focused on the treatment algorithm part, when we apply the comorbidities, how it changes for the treatment algorithm. And on the point of care front, it overall gives the treatment algorithm, differential diagnosis table, plus investigation section, as well as the case history of the patient. So on a glance, BMJ best practice with comorbidities supports students, doctors to understand the impact of the treating of the whole patient, better understand the complexities of the treating multiple conditions, as well as it supports and process to step one ahead to support the better outcomes for the patients. This is just a picture. We can say that almost every specialties is being covered in BMJ best practice. So more than 29 specialties, almost all these specialties are being covered. So it is meant most of the departments will get benefit with this thing. At the end, I can say BMJ best practice provides the high quality care with the guidelines and evidences. It reduces the variation in care, and also it saves a lot of time to the doctors as well. So this is again a benefit. It also transitions very successful transition to student to junior doctors to form in the consultant. Very cost effective approach to read the evidence based practice. Now moving towards the BMJ learning. BMJ Learning, it's a tool which is again a clinical and a non-clinical peer-reviewed modules, which is again written by the international experts and using the latest evidences available at current. So this is the BMJ Learning. Basically, it answers, they reflect the real life issues which is facing by the healthcare professionals on day-to-day life, including the nursing staff, medical staff, allied health professionals, and all. All the content in BMJ Learning is again peer-reviewed, evidence-based, and a wide range of formats, that is including the podcast, videos, as well as with the form of the animation. So as mentioned, that is the BMJ Learning answers the multi-professional team. So it answers junior doctors, consultants, trainee specialists, nurses, as well as the allied professionals. If you see that this is, as I've mentioned, this is completely think it of the clinical topics in perspective to the very practical approach, and it's meant for every multi-professional teams. So it includes the induction and preparing for working on the wards, up to the practical skills which are required for healthcare professional and the allied health professionals, priority clinical conditions, safer prescribing of the drugs, as well as the interpreting tests. So clearly answers all multi-professional teams. BMJ Learning addresses the healthcare challenges, plus provides the benefit of, it's an evidence-based learning written by the experts, which further leads to improve the performance of the multi-professional team, and it also gives the chance to update the knowledge in terms of the continuous medical education as well as the continuous professional development. Again, it's reduced the variation by delivering the consistent care to the patients, and this is also keeping up to date always with the latest guidelines as well as the new healthcare challenges which is facing time to time. So BMJ Learning, again, is a practical based approach, very interactive. It contains audios, videos, images. It is updated with evidence-based, very practical approach. And in fact, we have seen that in recent medical curriculum has also been changed, which warrants a earlier exposure to the clinical scenarios. So BMJ Learning answers in that way also. BMJ Learning, in a nutshell, at a glance, it's clinical and contains clinical as well as the non-clinical topics, common and the rare conditions. It is continuously updated, so the students will get a recent updates, evidence-based updates. Very practical approach to read the case-based studies. Very much time efficient and time saving, because the doctors will be able to save the time by reading that. Interactive platforms, animation videos, and so all learning styles. That also gives the pre and the post test learning in terms of the before the module and after the module. So one more thing, that BMJ Learning is accredited by worldwide. Most of the respected societies, respected institutions, which accredit BMJ Learning. And I'm pleased to share that in India, it is also been accredited by Karnataka Medical Council, and in past, it also been accredited by Delhi Medical Council, Maharashtra Medical Council, as well as the Goa Medical Council. Now moving towards the research to publication, this is the one of the BMJ resource which clearly answers on to strengthening the research output. It is a collaboration between the UCSF, the University of California and San Francisco, plus BMJ, and this is the one of the program which is completely based on the research methodology, and the process is to answer based on the research cycle. If we see the breadth of the content, from developing and reporting a good research question to at the end how to understanding and avoiding the scientific misconduct. So all the things which are the challenges which faced by the healthcare professional while publishing into the reputed journal. So all the answers as being answered by research to publication. Here I would like to highlight one thing. Most of the institutions we have seen basically that they have their own curriculum, their own workshops are there. So this BMJ research to publication always give a flexibility to blend with the current within the institutional program. That's why we say that it's integrated into the existing program. So whatever the workshops has been going on, we can easily integrate this research to publication within that. And that can be combined with, of course, face-to-face trainings, international and national, local authors with the international speakers. Teachers can also facilitate the workshop with this, because it can be integrated into the curriculum, and of course it provides the supplemental level of learning. Again, this has been rich with the video lectures as well as the audio lectures. Now moving towards the, it is the one program which completely focus on entirely on the medical research to work on the research output. Very comprehensive in scope, as I've mentioned. A flexible program, that is a program which can be easily integrated into the within the institutional program, and of course a very cost-effective way to teach research to publication. The one most of the benefit which I would like to highlight here, in the recent past, BMJ UK has announced that the institutions who have a subscription of BMJ research to publication, they will get up to 75% discount on APC. That is in all the BMJ Open Gold journals. So our journals which are open access, including the BMJ, the authors, the doctors within the institution can get the discount up to 75% with the subscription of BMJ research to publication. So in sync with the BMJ case reports, that is the one more step towards the opportunity that is being given to the professors, doctors, faculties, say unlimited submission of the options with the discount. There is one more point I would like to highlight in the form of the integrated plan, which is the institutional collaboration with the combined certificate. So once the student completes and do the module, they will always get the sort of a certificate. So we can think of, while the integration, so it's a combined sort of a certificate. That option is also available. So BMJ, UCSF plus that particular institute to make that enrich. So once again, I would like to deliver the kind of value which is being delivered by research to publication, because it leverages the recognized and the long-standing capabilities and expertise which BMJ and UCSF has, which is achieving the best research in helping doctors and academicians to get their research published. That is the only platform which combines the publisher as well as the academic institution with the integrated approach. 100% medical devoted to medical research, and it builds the technical research capabilities on research output and increase the acceptance rate, which further leads to the institutions to receive the increased level of funding for their research activities and to be recognized as a center of excellence. With this, once again, I would like to show that there are few institutions, I mean there are many, but there are few institutions which are being completely subscribed by the BMJ Learning, BMJ Research to Publication, Best Practice and case reports. And of course, for many years, KGMU as well has been subscribing our resources, BMJ case reports and BMJ best practice with this. With this, I would like to end with the complete umbrella of our resources. And really, we would like also to make available all our world-class complete package to KGMU as well, so all the faculties, doctors, and students. With this, thank you so much for the time. Yeah.
Thank you, Shikhar, for your presentation. Now we move on to the next presenter, and this is Elsevier. Mr. Subramaniam will do the presentation. There is a slight change in the program. So, Mr. Subramaniam, you are welcome.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So, by the time you are starting your presentation, so any faculty, anyone who wishes to seek any clarification can put it on the chat box.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to check whether I'm properly audible.
Yes, you are.
And you are able to see my screen as well.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. On the onset, I would like to thank KGMU, Professor Apul Goyal, for helping us to present our clinical solutions part today at KGMU for the benefit of the faculty and students. As well as I will also take this opportunity to thank the Vice Chancellor for his encouraging words and for lending us the support during the most difficult times. And to be honest, it's been a very proud association for Elsevier to be associated with KGMU. Not only because KGMU has been subscribing to our resources, but also because they have been quite supportive in terms of giving qualitative feedback in terms of the resources that they subscribe to, which helps us to make our products much better. So thank you very much for those valuable feedback. So myself, Subramanian, I will be taking a few minutes of yours and explaining about the current subscription of KGMU, that is Clinical Key and Clinical Key Student, for the benefit of understanding in detail by the faculty and the students. Before that, I will just give you a brief about Elsevier. Elsevier has been a very prominent publisher for more than 140 plus years. Over the years, we have transformed ourselves into an information analytics business, considering the changes and advancement that has happened in science, technology, and health sectors. We are present in around 46 countries, and we employ around 7,500 people globally. We serve over 20 million healthcare professionals and around 9,000 hospitals globally. There are most of the prominent hospitals across the globe are partners with Elsevier in many formats, not only in terms of subscribing to our researchers, but also in terms of research collaborations. What we do in brief is, we give you actionable content and data. We give you technology that supports you to use that data at best. And we give you connect with our domain experts who are globally recognized for their research and activities. How does this help to the partnering institutions like KGMU? This helps by making you more empowered in taking better decisions and reducing variability in care. That's one of the factors, and also thereby helping you to engage with patients in a more communicative manner. How do we do that? We have done a lot of research and development across in terms of our product development and solutions development. Thereby, we are giving you a standardization through better and more informed clinical decisions. We have optimized the use of existing information technology while delivering the best of the clinical solutions, and thereby help you to consolidate your information analytics and information technology spend at its best, and giving you more efficiency and effectiveness towards the use of the same. Now, I will give you a brief outlay on the kind of solutions that we generally provide to healthcare institutions. These are mainly classified into 6. The first one is the reference and decision support systems, where we give you fast and concrete answers that will help you to drive your clinical decisions. The second one is in clinical practice. These are evidence-based content which are integrated directly into your EHR, and it helps you in terms of using evidence-based content in patient management. The other one is patient engagement. These are patient decision and support tools that are available from our end, and it also has equal amount of academic and educational content for the enhancement of knowledge and skills. The other one is learning and competency management, where we give you education and professional development content from school to practice. That is from the moment you get into a medical school till you get into a practice. Then we have clinical pathways. These are expert-defined patient care recommendations that are used by clinical researchers and practicing doctors for their day-to-day expert opinion requirements. Then the last but not least is clinical research information. These are advanced data collection for clinical research purpose, which are used by clinical researchers in their day-to-day research activities. Now, as I said, I'll focus on reference and decision support today, and focus on one of our two of our products, which is Clinical Key and Clinical Key Student, which KGMU is currently subscribing. So when I say about reference and decision support, the major objective, or the prima facie objective, is to give you fast and concrete answers. The reason is, considering the changing and challenging environment what we have, it is not only that you get answers in a very quick manner, but those are scientifically authenticated and can be trusted. So Clinical Key, as a product, will give you fast and as well as concrete answers that will help you to do your clinical decisions more effectively and efficiently. This will help your physicians and care teams to make sound clinical decisions that will drive high quality and cost effective care. Also, in the meanwhile, we also ensure that it is accessible, it is evidence based, and it is readily available at ease. So, which means whenever and wherever required. Now, Clinical Key for physicians, how does it help? It helps the physicians drive better care by delivering fast and credible answers. How do we do that? We have content spanning across 30 plus medical and surgical specialties. At this point of time, we give Clinical Key content of around 43 specialties. I will give you a list of the specialties going forward. It combines the efficiency and authority in their practice by providing latest evidence and topical summaries. And this is something which is continuously updated. It strengthens the expertise in their field by giving access in depth, not only to the current content, but also in terms of the textbooks, journals, as well as other clinical information that is required for them in day-to-day practice. Now, for nurses, how it helps is it helps improving patient care with trusted resources. They have access to resources where they get answers in depth, including answers with current evidence, so that they are able to support fast answers to critical questions. And also it helps them in terms to a resource that helps them in putting best practices in place while engaging with patients. Now, pharmacists, it gives them safe and effective drug therapy. It with clinical pharmacology, which is powered by Clinical Key, the pharmacists are able to recommend safe and effective therapies and also be a clinical trusted advisor. Now, what is covered? What do you get in terms of Clinical Key? What is the content? You get access not only to just top summaries, full textbooks, journals, videos, and images. There are very distinctive features that are available in Clinical Key, which are very highly used. The first one being the clinical overviews. These are easy to navigate monographs for quick access, especially from point of care view. The second one is topic pages. These are concise informations about disease, epidemiology, risk factors, clinical manifestations, treatments, and many more things. So these are topic pages where all the current and relevant topics are provided in a very concise format. The other one is the drug monographs. These are comprehensive information about US prescription drugs, herbal supplements, nutrition, and over-the-counter products. Then comes full text textbooks. You get access to the world's best medical and surgical textbooks, including Gray's Anatomy, Goldman's Hazel Medicine, and also many other journals like the Lancet, Mayo Clinical Proceedings, and the clinics and cells. Now, what else is there in terms of other than the academic content? You get access to step-by-step procedural videos and articles to teach techniques or simply help clinicians to refresh their skills. You have a lot of images that are available at disposal, which can be used during your teaching and learning sessions. There are practice guidelines that are available. There are customizable patient handouts that can be given to patients while they are being treated for critical ailments, so that they also understand what is being treated, how they are being treated, and why certain things are important in terms of following protocols and diet restrictions. You get access to Medline abstracts as well as clinical trials during this. Now, as I said, you get the Clinical Key gives access to 43 specialties at this point of time, starting from advanced basic science, going to emergency medicine, cardiology, hematology, neurology, and then going to neurosurgery, obstetrics and gynae, radiology, sleep medicine, sports medicine, surgery, etc. So you have most of these specialties that are covered in depth, and the content is across these specialties. So for every specialty, you will have journal content, book content, clinical overviews, etc. So it is evenly covered and evenly distributed in terms of across the specialties. Now I will go to the second product, that is Clinical Key Student, which KGMU subscribes for. This is something very unique as a product, because this is designed with and for Indian undergraduate medical colleges, because there is a lot of content that has been curated for benefiting the medical students based out of India. If you look at the priorities and challenges for the medical students, they have very vast syllabus to cover, and they have a significant time crunch to cover these. They have to efficiently prepare and score. They have to clear PG entrance. They should have hands-on clinical and practical skills to be a good doctor, and there is an immense pressure to perform. So how do we help in terms? So this Clinical Key Student gives you a capability not only in terms of learning, but also assessing yourself. So Clinical Key Student has two capabilities. One is the foundation capabilities, which is the learning platform, and the assessment capabilities, which is the assessment platform, which gives you a combination of both learning and assessment at the same point of time. So in terms of foundation capabilities, you are allowed to access the leading global as well as Indian textbooks, clinical and practical skill videos, high resolution images, synoptic and quick access summary pages, and you have interactive learning tools. In terms of assessment, you have 2100 plus questions across all the MBBS subject. These are curated by expert educators and doctors, not only global but also from Indian context. You have formative as well as self-assessment included, and after assessment you are able to identify areas of improvement and also what is the kind of risk that you are at in terms of your intellectual capabilities. This has trusted and linked remediation content. Now, when we look at what do you get access to? You get access to 239 plus global undergraduate textbooks like the Grace, Robbins, Davidson, Kumar, and Clark. You get access to 35 plus Indian authored undergraduate books like the Dhingra ENT, Vishram Singh Anatomy, and Shaw's. Then you have 150 plus hours of real life procedure videos and animation, which is one of the must-have MBBS skills. And all these videos are shot in India. And these are shot at places like NAMC, AIMS, etc. You have 1,500 plus quick access summaries on common diseases and topics. You have copyright cleared 85,000 plus high resolution images, which are discoverable and downloadable, and you can use it during your MBBS course. So these are the few examples that you can see on the left side of the screen. Then you have 850 additional videos ranging from anatomical dissection, demos, as well as instructional clinical examinations. Now, turning information into knowledge. Now, how does this help the students? You are able to create your personalized bookshelf plus note-taking. You are able to move images and use it during your presentations. You are able to copy your links so that it's quite easier for you. You have a bookshelf app, anytime, anywhere access, even if you are offline or off campus. You have text-to-speech reads out books in app for the learning on the go. For example, you want to listen to them, you're able to go. And then you get Mark 21 records free for the library to readily upload book lists and the catalog. So if they have an online catalog, you're able to do or access the book in one click. Now, how does this help faculty? Faculty, they get more time in terms of teaching, practice, and research, whereas assessment can be done at student level by themselves on time-to-time basis. It allows them to easily create, administer, and record formative tests with the learning management systems. All the questions are vetted by an educated and very, very renowned editorial board. In this regard, it is instant, target, linked, and remediation content in line from trusted resources in identified deficiency areas. Now, Now, if you see instant results, you get while you undertake your assessments, and you are able to identify struggling students and also plan future course of classes and effectively to cover key topics. Now, getting on to how does this improve learning outcomes? It gives them a self-assessment which they can do at their own pace in practice questions on topic holistically across the subjects. So they are able to get assessment throughout the subject areas. And this gives them an instant personalized feedback as well as benchmark while they are doing these assessments. And also they know which topics to focus to master all the key concepts. And they are allowed to do a retest to revise and focusing on their weakness. And also weak topics, they are able to get additional learning resources linked to foundation capabilities. In a nutshell, it helps as a support tool to implement the new MBBS curriculum. It helps you to group and individual usage analytics for the faculty for analyzing the student capabilities. It is available both online and offline. And it has a very standard question bank to easily conduct and repeat periodic formative tests and also understand the at-risk students and areas of improvement. It helps you in preparing your assignments, revise and revisit concepts at your own pace. You are able to carry your content on your devices, and it helps you to travel more freely. And it gives you quick access summaries, which is very synoptic content at fingertips, and also help you to build, measure, and earn in terms of your examinations and identify specific topics that you must focus in terms of key topics. So that's what the product is. I will wait for the Q&A in the chat box, and thank you very much. In case you would require any further information regarding training or you require special sessions in terms of your department students, please feel free to get in touch with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Subramaniam. We now move on to the next presentation. I'd like to invite Mr. Dharmendra Gusain from JP Digital to make his presentation. Mr. Dharmendra.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
And I'll request all presenters to please stick on time. We are running on time, but let us, finish on time also.
Yeah, can you see my window?
Yes. Mr. Dharmendra, you please make it full screen.
Yeah, just a minute, sir.
We have about 40 faculty members who are participating, listening to the presentation.
Yeah, can you see it now, sir?
Yes, you are audible and you are visible. Please make it full screen and then you can start.
Okay. No, I'm not able to do it actually. What's the problem there?
Doesn't matter. You are visible. You can start your presentation. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, doesn't matter. You can please start. Yeah.
Yes, it's full. So first of all, I'm very grateful to KGMU, especially to Honorable Vice Chancellor Lieutenant General Bipin Puri and Dr. Apul Goyal for giving us an opportunity to showcase our premier online platform, JP Digital. Well, I believe this session is also streaming on YouTube, so a lot of new join student maybe watch this one. So for them, let me give a brief introduction to who we are, what JP is, and what we do. To briefly introduce JP, JP is an independent medical publishing company established in 1969, and since last 50 years, JP is a front runner in providing medical knowledge solution to medical fraternity by its print product and also with a digital platform. With high quality research titles and journals. Since 1969, we have been comprehensive, reliable, and advanced medical source for professionals, whether it is students or researchers or medical professionals. The partnership with JP start at the undergraduate level. Today, JP remains every doctor's trusted education resource for all his or her professional life, be it undergraduate textbooks, postgraduate books, handbooks, or professional reference books. JP is today is South Asia's one of the largest and fastest growing medical publisher, and has become a popular name among the medical fraternity. Many of our titles are also translated in different languages, in Arabic, Chinese, Greek, Italian, Portuguese, Russian, and Spanish, which shows the popularity of our textbooks. We are also the first Indian publisher to launch our online platform. We are one of the biggest publisher, especially in field of the ophthalmology. What we do, what exactly we do, we partner with more than 20 international renowned societies, and today JP is the scholarly community of 5,000 authors, 10,000 contributors and reviewers, and key opinion leaders across the globe to publish medical contents. Today, our catalog has more than 5,000 titles. We publish around 68 journals. Our database has 9,000 videos and 75 plus MCQs. Well, we are very happy to be associated with the renowned international societies who are working in a very key areas, functioning area of the medical science, like gynecology and obstetrics, South Asian Federation of Obstetrics and Gynecology, laparoscopic surgery, neurology, neurosurgical society, and also on glaucoma surgery. We are proud to be the preferred partner for many Indian societies, let it be Hypertension Society of India or RSDI or the Endocrine Society of India. We publish most of their work and make sure that their work reaches not only to Indian audience but also to the global audience. Some of our eminent authors includes Professor C. Nanda, Alexander Vaccaro, Lalwani, and John Deacon. We are very proud to be associated with them, and we keep publishing their work with us. Now, coming to JP Digital, what exactly the JP Digital is? KGMU is already subscribing to this database for many years. It's actually a gateway to JP's digital content. That's why we call transformation from print to online. It's a powerful, comprehensive online database comprising of textbooks, reference books, professional books, book series, video atlases, and journals. We launched this platform in 2010, and since then it has become a very popular, especially with the students and resident doctors. It also allows libraries to spend their budget wisely, eliminating the storage and maintenance costs. It also helps to increase usage of our books because these books are accessible from anywhere at any time and has a lot of other features which otherwise not out in the print edition. Especially in the current pandemic time, it has libraries to still provide their most of the services pertaining to libraries to their user wherever they are, whether during the lockdown. Well, if I talk about what exactly the main features of JP Digital is, first of all, it's a platform which allows unlimited concurrent users. So no matter how many students or faculties you have in your campus, everybody can read or use this portal at the same time. We provide 24/7 remote access facility. KGMU has a remote access tool, but in case if you don't have any remote access tool, you can still use it with our remote access tools. That means it is inbuilt remote access tool is there by which you can create username password to each and every user, and then they can access JP Digital from wherever they are. It's all these contents are downloadable, so that means you can download all our books at the chapter level or just at the article level. Videos are also downloadable. You have got a lot of personalized features like you can create your own profile, you can create notes, which also makes this easier in classroom use. You can make bookmarks the way you make in print books. You can make your favorite so that you can revisit the common books and journals at the same time. You can use unlimited MCQ mock tests, so there is no limit on that. We have a huge database of 70,000 plus multiple choice questions, and you can take as many as mock tests you want. There is an advanced search module with integrated online medical dictionary. Each and every chapter has an DOI, which makes it easy for searching, and so in terms of referencing and citing. Our portal is device responsive, so you can use it in laptop, you can use it in mobile phone or iPad, and there is a very minimum DRM, so we don't believe in restricting people of using the way they want it. Well, in terms of ebooks, we have more than 800 textbooks available for access through JP Digital platform, and 2,600 professional reference books, and we try to add almost 150 to 200 title every year to this portal. Well, there is an XML viewer with the enhanced features. Our platform is in XML, so it is easy to use it online, whether it's in laptop or mobile phone. Every ebook has got its own page which gives you a summary. So before actually you go through the complete detail of the book, you can actually read about the book. And if it feels that this is something which suits your requirement, you can use it. Then you can click on the chapters, and either you can click on chapter to open it, or you can click on download icon to download the chapter for offline use. There is an inbuilt viewer is there, so you don't need any external viewers. You can do that chapters, and you can use it online. There are many personalized features available, like you can customize the background for better reading, including the night mode. You can highlight the text there. You can create and save notes. You can bookmark the page. You can also change the font style in case unit is too small. You can make it bigger, or you can make it wider in the same time. These are some of the features which you can use it. And in case if you want to jump to other chapters, you can just use the left panel to jump to other chapter without going back. Our search module is very easy to use. So you get the search module at the home screen itself. Either you can use to search in the platform, or you can select whether you would like to search only on books, journals, or videos. For example, you can just search for a common word, which is surgery. And you can see that if you use a common word, definitely you're going to get a lot of, it's going to show you a lot of results. In this case, it is almost 35,000 plus search result. But what you can do is you can, use the filter available on the website to narrow down what exactly you wanted, whether you want that is to be from books or journals. So you can use the particular filter and narrow down your search. Or what you can do is there is another method available, which is search within result. And then first I have used surgery. Now I have used laparoscopic surgery. I can just use the word laparoscopic. You can only give me content related to laparoscopic surgery. If you want, you can also use advanced search if you want to go to a particular one. Or there is a Boolean search available, which with the help of Boolean operator, you can narrow down your search results. The best part of JP Digital is this database of 75,000 plus MCQs. You can just click on MCQ tabs, and then there are 20 plus specialities available from where you can, in which you can take a box. You can select your speciality under which you want to take this test, and then select the number of questions for this mock test and say proceed. One thing I would like to make it, remind people here that to use this feature, you must log in with your individual username and password. In case if you don't have username and password, you can contact your librarian to create one for you. And with the help of that one, you can take all MCQ tests or all the personalized features. So this username password works in a two-way. First, it allows you to use personalized features and MCQ mock tests, and also it serves as a remote access a tool. So with this username password, even though if you are outside your campus, you can still use JP Digital from anywhere, wherever you are. Okay, and whatever mock test you're doing, you can also check your progress report time to time by going to your My Account section, and there you can see that how many tests you have taken or whatever bookmarks you have taken, what kind of progress you have, what result were there in your previous tests, and whether you are advancing in a desired way or not. Videos, there are 9,000 plus videos, high resolution videos categorized in 25 plus specialities. All these videos are searchable. They are downloadable in MP4 format for offline use. So in case sometime what happens, you are in a place where the network is not that good, and most of the time, even though we have a 4G connection nowadays, everybody has 4G connection, but happens that sometimes you are in a place where the network is not very slow. What you can do is you can actually download this video to go away with the kind of buffering them, and then watch it later. Journals, I told you that we deal with more than 20 plus international and Indian societies, and we are preferred partner with them for their publishing program. We do publish their journals. Some of these are from the world-renowned societies. Now the question comes is why JP Digital? One, there are many publishers are there. Of course, we are one of the youngest medical publisher. What different we give us? Well, we don't say that we are very good in medical public in terms of comparing with other people, but everybody has their own USP. As I told you that JP Digital or JP's relationship with medical is to start one he or she interest in a medical college when they don't have much knowledge about medical field. We start from there. So we try to give it this is design in terms of design for academic environment where you have a student, MBBS student, where you also have practitioners, you also have faculties and researchers. So we try to make this platform in such a way that caters to all kinds of audience there. There are a lot of book series which you can take it up. One of the famous book series which some of you might have gone through is the Pocket Tutor books, which gives you a glimpse of a particular topic in a very illustrative way, and to provide instant access to particular information that a student or junior doctors need on to go. Means when they are moving and they just want to refer to a very specific information, they can refer these series. We also have another series called Key Clinical Topics, which gives a very specific topic-oriented books in a certain areas, which gives the expert opinion on that areas, and these are authored by the renowned doctors all over the world. We also have another series which is Master Yogis, which people of, most of the time people want only the kind of question answer type of books to clear some of this exam. So you can use this series. We also have another series which is recent advances, which is acquired from Harder Education some time back. And these books are available, which are talking about the advanced level information on a particular area. Some of these are the new releases which have just come, like Satlov's Comprehensive Textbook on Ophthalmology. Chapman Orthopedic Surgery is just released. Is available online now. The Spine in another book from Alexander Vaccaro, or another book, Michael Paprella. Well, in case if you are using JP Digital and if you have any kind of, you need any kind of support from our side, you can just go to JP Digital Contact Us page, and then you can select what kind of support you want, whether it is sales related query or it is support for any kind of problem you are facing, or if you have any proposal, a publishing proposal for us, you can use this one, or you can also use the same thing for a trial purpose. So this is what I would wait for the question answer session. If there is any question I can take. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Dharmen. We now move on to the next presentation, and it's by Kargar. Mr. Soman Chanda from Kargar will be making the presentation. Mr. Soman.
Thank you, Dr. Goel. Let me...
So we have about 40 faculty members who are listening to this program.
Okay.
So which is a good number. So the limitation of this platform was 100. So it's being live streamed on YouTube for the students and the residents. Okay.
Yes. Sir, am I audible and my screen is view? Can you view my screen?
Perfect. Please start.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Soman Chanda and I'm representing Kargar today here. And on the onset, I'd like to thank Dr. Goel and his team from the Central Library to organize this event, which was much necessary at this time of pandemic, to interact with each other and present our product. And also special thanks goes to Dr. Puri for his wonderful motivational introductory speech. So I thank you all.
So much.
And today
Your presentation is not visible now.
It's not visible?
Your presentation, yes. You are visible, but not your presentation.
I'm sorry, I thought it's visible. Let me check.
No, it was visible, but somehow it was lost.
Can you see it now?
No, you are visible. I can only see you, not your monitor.
I don't know, sir. Again, let me check.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. I don't know. Somehow I don't know what happened. So I'll present only the Kargar PSCS package today. And by PSCS, what we mean is publish, access, curate, and services. So I'll come one by one to this before. So before that, I'll just briefly introduce about Kargar. I'm sure many of you are aware of it. Then I'll go to access, then curate, then to services, and although I'll come to the publish last, and then I'll briefly show you about another series we have called Fast Facts. So about Kargar, anytime if the screen is not visible, sir, do poke me on this.
Yeah.
Sure. So about Kargar, it's still a family-owned company established in 1890. So, and it is still managed by a fourth-generation Kargar family, Ms. Gabriela Kargar. She is presently the chairwoman of the board of directors. And For 130 years, we are publishing very high-quality medical journals for which Kargar is globally known. And we have offices around 15 countries covering the entire globe. More importantly, our strength and focus points today and for the future are stakeholders' need. By stakeholders, what we mean is the healthcare professionals. Our focus is on open access and open research, education and learning. So we are slowly shifting from traditional only publishing to a lot of other diversified activities related to publishing. Then digital health, support good clinical practice and patient information, intensified use of digital technologies, and smart solution in digital health. So I'll not go details of this, but we'll take the entire effort there. But I'll just go to the PCS package. We can share details on this and the latest. To begin with, as I said, that we provide a full support along the complete cycle of knowledge. On the right-hand side, if you see this cycle, I'm just showing it to share with you that we term it as a cycle of research or a cycle of knowledge in health science. Like anybody, when you start researching, you start from thinking, then searching or experimenting, then discover, analyze, then interact, then publish what you want to validate, and then share. So our PACS, the objective of PACS is to cover this entire research cycle. So that's why I said that full support along the complete cycle of knowledge in health science for all stakeholders. Now coming to access, so we have various models in access, but I'll not go to details of all those which is available access, but I'll just limit to only the journal collection here. We have around 70 subscription journals to date, covering all disciplines of human medicine in clinical and research areas. And this entire collection is designed to meet the diverse need and requirements of institutional customers, ranging from academic to hospital libraries, pharmaceutical and research centers, etc. So all they are available in perpetual access mode, no DRM, and all journals are indexed in PubMed, Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science, and all of them. Okay. So I'm not going in details by minutely each end points which are common to every publisher. Some of the popular journals I like to highlight in preclinical, which are quite popular here in India. Just for, there are Acta Cytologica, Cell Tissues Organ, Pharmacology, Pathobiology, Cytogenic Genome Research, Archives of Allergy and Immunology, Annals of Nutrition and Metabolism, Molecular Syndromology, Caries Research, Sexual Development. So these are quite popular preclinical journals used in India. Then on the clinical area, some popular journals are Dermatology, which is one of the oldest. I think this journal is more than 100 years old. Psychotherapy and Psychosomatic, Neonatology, Ophthalmologica, Respiration, Fetal Diagnosis and Therapy, Cardiology, Journal of Vascular Research, Audiology and Neurotology, and Gerontology. So these are some of the very popular titles subscribed widely here in India. And going on the popular titles in some super specialty area like gastro, digestion, digestive disease, digestive surgery, gastrointestinal tumor, which became open access recently, and nephrology and neurology area, American Journal of Nephrology, Nephron, blood purification, and Urologia Internationalis. In neurology, neuroscience, and neurosurgery, some popular, widely subscribed are brain behavior and evolution, dementia, geriatric, European neurology, pediatric neurosurgery, cerebrovascular disease, developmental neuroscience, neurodegenerative diseases, then stereotactic and functional neurosurgery. Similarly, in oncology, these are the journals which are quite popular and widely subscribed here. And to highlight some of the societies that Kargar is associated with, I've just listed down here to give you a bit glimpses of our association. I'm not going to detail of it. And one of the societies is from India called Indian Society of Stereotactic and Functional Neurosurgery. And our plan is to tie up with more Indian societies in future. So we come to the curate part. So this is very important. Recently, we have launched a product in 2018 in collaboration with a company called Quartal. The product is called Q Insight. It is one of the first of its kind artificial intelligence-based discovery solution designed only for biomedical literature. And this is completely focused towards biomedical literature here, as I said, and covering 44 million documents with 18 million full text as of now, and it is increasing. And natural language searching, that means you don't have to use those Boolean and or not, all those things. You can search your documents through a natural language, searches PubMed, then entire clinical trials, funding grants, then patents, treatment guidelines, conference abstracts, etc. So it has got the information from the entire collection of these sources, and then AI-powered predictive visual analytics. So this is very important, which is not available in other discovery tool. I'll come to that in the next slide. Before that, this also won the Best Innovation Award from NIH NLM. So visualization here, that's what I meant is, say, for example, and here we did a basic search like what causes lung cancer. It's like, as I said, and you can search through a natural language. So this is a basic term that what, as a layman, we could do. So here you see, say, suppose there are 20,000 results which has come, and this picture you see here is the entire reflection of those 20,000 results. And each of these bubbles are concepts which comes in. And the size of the bubble depends upon the size of the information and each concept has in that entire result. And if you see there's a red circle surrounding this bubble, so the red circle surrounding this bubble means this concept is the growing trend in research or in information. And if you see this blue circle surrounding is the waning trend. So that means that's not hot in demand in research. So this gives any of the other researchers quite an overall understanding, like what are the hot topics in research and what are the waning trends in research going on across the world. Coming to the next figures is the relationship between these concepts. For example, you see this name. I see, say, for example, you take any, so on the last you see the TP53. I believe this name of some genes. And what is the relation with the terms here? So the darker the box here is greater the information between this relationship it has. For example, TP53, and we have a box here, and it goes to mutation. So once you click in this box, it will show you all the result between these two relationships. So you can have a much more relevant and focused result and give you much more hidden information, which may not have been thought of or maybe visible in a normal search circumstances. So why you need a Q Insights? Let me just briefly highlight this thing. It enables an efficient discovery for relevant results. As I said, it saves time and resources by producing relevant results quickly instead of throwing you an entire overwhelming list to confusing. It turns out more results of relevance than PubMed, and without all the noise of Google Scholar, it finds a meaningful relationship between the concepts and prediction, as I said on my previous slides, and it is easy to use. So I'm just finishing now because the Q Insight can take an entire half a day in presenting that because it is so advanced and so vast. So we have a special presentation for that. We can do it later. Coming to services, our new focus is education and learning, as I said earlier. And it is a new product that we launched around end of 2018 called Kargar Learn. And it has been created in cooperation with a company called Inago, which is one of the leading learning solution company, and offering web-based and on-site learning solution. So benefits of for institution and researchers on this is to develop a writing and publishing skill, improve quality research output, high number of publications in high-impact journals, provide best-in-class education and help for researchers achieve publication success. So going ahead, it has 15 course topics here, and each course topic has various modules inside it. And some of the course topics I have highlighted here are like how to write an effective research paper, because we see language is one of the very important challenge for researchers here, because many times we notice that there's a very good research does not get published because of the writing is not good. The editor of the journal may not be satisfied with the writing. And not only also in the language, there are other parts that as a researcher should know, like how to increase its citation, how to those charts and all, put those charts, all those things, like choosing the right journal for your research, structure of an original article, how to structure a review article, then boosting your citation count, become a peer reviewer, and more. There are all total 15 course topics are there, and it is increasing. And all those courses offer different element and formats for the best learning experience. So each of them has various videos, audios, there are quizzes, text, checklist, infographic material, and all those. And as a librarian, what would be the benefit for you is that because library is not only the providing information, but it also help your users to develop themselves. So it is a hassle-free solution with little administration required for any university staff. Develop the writing and publishing skill of your researchers, which is very important. Improve quality of research output from your university. It helps your researchers to develop their writing skill. Then best-in-class education in publishing knowledge. Receive monthly updates. So the library will also get a monthly update, like how many students or users has been logged in, how many are using, how many is getting a certificate. So every statistics will be shared monthly. And for researchers, it is easy to access and use. Flexible self-paced online courses, so that which means that any researchers can take these courses to their sweet time whenever they like, anytime they want, tailored to their needs in research publication success, and they can interact with top industry experts in this, because these experts are basically the editors-in-chief of various journals, societies, publishers, etc. So the researcher can interact with them, take their guidance of how to publish or whatever they need. And end of the course, they attempt a quiz, and on successful completion of that, researcher receive a course completion certificate. There will be a certificate. The certificate can be jointly given by Kargar or even with the institute, or from the Kargar as the institute wants. Lastly, I am coming to the published part, which is supposed to be the first, but lastly coming, because publish is basically our focus is now collaborative publishing with various societies. And we started doing here in India. And some of here we listed are from Dubai Health Authorities, the Portuguese Society of Public Health, etc. And this I like to highlight is very important is vouchers for publishing, upfront payment for publishing open access articles in open access or hybrid journals in Kargar, in combination with access to Kargar collection. So I'll not go in details the business model of it, which we will share with the library later, but it's a fantastic model where an institute has the option to publish in Kargar open access, gold open access, or a hybrid journals with the Kargar collection. So just to highlight, we have such kind of a deal with German, Swiss consortium, Scottish consortium, Ministry of Health in KSA, Saudi Arabia, Stanford University, and many more, just to highlight this. And lastly, before ending, I just want to highlight particular this book series, which we are offering with our collection now, called the Fast Facts. It's a very popular medical handbook series, specially designed for clinicians, resident doctors, patients, etc. You can say, and we have around 100 plus books here covering from diabetes to rare diseases. And each book is packed with clear, comprehensive, relevant information on specific diseases, their diagnosis, treatment, and management. Authored by top KOL. And the series also won the British Medical Association Award. And it is very popular globally by the clinicians, the resident doctors, practitioners, etc. And I don't know how much it is important, the patient education here. I'm sure it is equally important here too. The series has a lot of practical workbooks for patients, which guides how to communicate disease, symptoms and treatment to patients effectively with the patient's-friendly terminology, understand the questions and concerns the patients may have when talking about their disease, prepare themselves with appropriate answer, patient-friendly information with colorful diagrams and illustrations that can bring up during consultations to help explain complex concepts. So all these books are there in this series. We have 100 plus, and every year we plan to increase around 10 to 12 books in this series, which are available with our PSES collections for institutes. And just to give you a brief idea, I put the jacket of some of the books that we have recently published, like gene therapy, depression, digital medicine, lymphoma, cardiac arrhythmias, bladder cancer, immuno-oncology, Parkinson's disease, etc. And on the right, you see these are basically the patient education books, some of the patient education books on advanced cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma, sorry if I pronounce it right, maybe, menopause, asthma, inflammatory bowel disease, etc. I'll not go to the list. We have the catalog in the library. I'm sure I can send it. And to the review, I just like to highlight one of the review here from Dr. Reddy. He's from India, the chairman and chief gastroenterologist, Asian Institute of Gastroenterology in India, in Hyderabad. And he writes a very well-written consensus about this book, Pancreas and Biliary Tract Disease, a very well-written consensus, useful for both postgraduates and practicing gastroenterologists. I strongly recommend this book to all clinicians seeing patients with gastrointestinal problems. So this review gives a fair idea like the type of books that are available in Fast Facts. So these are first reviews. I'll not go to the details of it. So any questions? So maybe at the end of the day, once we end up all the presentation, you can take the questions or in the chat box if you wish to have. And thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Soman. Now we move on to the next presentation by McGraw-Hill. I'll invite Mr. Sivame Bhattacharya to make his presentation. There's a chat box where people are putting their queries, and some queries are specific to the publisher, so they can answer there, okay? And in the end, if there's a common query, we will like to answer that in the end. So, McGraw-Hill, is there anyone there?
I'm there.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Goel. Just I'll be sharing my slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have about 50 faculty members who have joined us at various points. Right now also we have about 50. Some have left, some are joining. So it's a good number actually.
I just waiting. Sagar. Hello, Sagar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just waiting how to share this presentation. I just waiting present now, and then can you please help me here?
So many of the listeners in the faculty are probably they are representing their departments as members of the library committee. So I think the presentation has started. So please take over. Mr. Shivamoy,
Yeah. Thank you so much. Sagar, can you please just keep it bold, full screen?
It's full screen only.
Okay. So go for the first. Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer for inviting us and giving us the opportunity to present our product, Access Medicine. Access Medicine is already there in KGMU, and we thank you for subscribing such a great content, Access Medicine. Now, going through this, I don't think that McGraw-Hill needs the kind of content, and McGraw-Hill is known by the content that we provide. Now, we have the gold standard content. Sagar, first slide, please. We have the gold standard content called Harrison's Principle of Internal Medicine, CMDT, the current medical diagnosis and treatment, Goodman and Gilman, and in the content accessible to KGMU with updates. Just I would like to highlight here is that we are not restricting any content update of Access Medicine to KGMU, and even when there is a single edition of chapters, we are providing the same to KGMU as well. So this is something I don't want to give a kind of the clinical importance of the Access Medicine kind of product that we have, because the medical fraternity across the world are already aware of the kind of content that we are providing in medical domain. Now, going to the next slide, Sagar, can you please change that? Yes. Something that since inception of this product in 2002, it creates a huge demand. Can anyone please, there is some background noise, please.
Yes. I'll request everyone else except for Mr. Shivamoy to mute themselves. I think Sagar is on, and I think Mr. Soman is also. Please, Sagar, please mute yourself.
Okay, thank you, Sagar. Since inception of this product, it creates a huge demand in medical fraternity. And the best part is that we are not restricting any content on titles only, because in addition to the titles, we are providing videos, teaching learning procedures, images, and updated materials along with the textbooks. And with the latest editions of all the gold standard books that we have, along with the new content tools for exam preparation, predominantly for the UG and PG students, and figures, tables, diagrams, the new interactive self-assessment tools. These are important, particularly for the students, and also videos and animations. So this is something, the stuff of the Access Medicine, in addition to the content that we are providing in our platforms. Now going to the next slide. Yes, I will not discuss much on this platform features, because this is something that you are already aware that in addition to the kind of content that we are providing, these are actually having a different unique functionalities. We are providing like Harrison's podcast, which is very much important as a faculty and as a medical practitioners. These are something that embedded in the platform itself, and we are providing it through Access Medicine platform. In addition to that, the export content links for use within your management softwares and everything. That is also very much available in the Access Medicine. Now, this is the slide. I have already told that we have the images. So images for diagnosis that you can download, and there is no restriction on the content that you can get it through the images for teaching learning purposes. Next slide, Sagar. Yes, in addition to that, we have videos and animations. So we have currently around 900 videos, the teaching learning procedures covering the entire field of the medical fraternity that is there in particular Access Medicine. Next slide. Yes, this is already I told that we have the new interactive self-assessment and question answer content for students. So how it works, basically that there are so many multiple level questions, and you can choose the kind of medical domain or the medical specialties that you want to go through, and you can assess yourself directly from the platform. So this is predominantly helps in your exam preparations for the students, particularly in UG and PG standards, and this is something got updated continuously. So what content you can update it, and you can have assess yourself by going through the platform itself. So this is an unique interactive self-assessment features available in Access Medicine. Now, in notable titles in Access platforms, you are already aware, so I am not going to discuss in detail on this. We have Harrison's, we have Harsh the Heart, we have Swartz Principle of Surgery, we have Tintinali's Emergency Medicine, and all books we have, and these are the full text books we are providing directly to the platform without any restrictions to KGMU. So it's something that around 200 titles, including the textbooks, including the references, and some other stuff we are providing to the KGMU along with this Access Medicine platforms. Now, Sagar is going in advance because I am somewhere else. So just the next slide is something that the Access Medicine provides the entire curriculum. And the reason for showing this particular slide is that there is not a single domain as per the Medical Commission of India. What are the curriculum prescribed in the specialties wise, right from the anatomy, psychology, biochemistry, we have the content in all areas, and that also we are providing through Access Medicine. So this is something to tell you that Access Medicine addresses a wide variety of medical specialties, and it is just a one-stop solution for the entire medical requirement of a particular medical schools having UG and PG curriculums. So this is something because once you go through this Access Medicine, there is not a single area, and itself the database is designed keeping this UG and PG curriculum, even the postdoctoral R&D also in consideration. Next slide, Sagar. Yes, this is something that you are already aware that during this COVID scenario, when library was not accessible at all, we provided, and the Access Medicine is completely enabled to having the distance learning, all the features. So you can access the content, you can access full text anywhere through this remote authentication mechanism, and this multimedias, so the lecture videos and some of the modules, physical exam, everything that even in the procedural video podcast that also you can access. So this is something that is very much helpful, and you are already aware that Access Medicine, we have provide a lot of content on the COVID. One of our editors, the principal editors of the Harrison's Principle of Medicine, Dr. Anthony Fauci, he had contributed a lot and he is regularly monitoring on the COVID platforms that we are providing along with the Access Medicine. So I request all of you, if you have the Access Medicine, you go through the free content, how this can be accessible with all the details. So that is something, a value addition during this COVID scenario. Now going to the next slide. Yes, Sagar, stick to that, please. Now, the case files. In addition to the content and other stuff that we are providing to the Access Medicine, we have around 900 plus case files, which are basically embedded in the Access Medicine, and it covers right from the basic sciences to the clinical medicine and advanced cases. So this is a very good tools for, particularly for the practitioners and the medical faculties to have a decision-making process. So this helps basically if there is any kind of clinical issues or the clinical decisions, wherever you need to take a particular, this actually helps in a kind of interactive way to get what would be the approach, what would be the doses, and how you will actually mitigate that particular challenges in a critical scenario. So that is also available in Access Medicine. So I would like to say is that Access Medicine is not only providing the kind of teaching learning environment, but it also addressing a point of care tools for the physicians and the practitioners across the world. Next slide. Yes, we thank you KGMU for getting this Access Medicine a subscription. In addition to that, in India, we have around 52 plus medical institutes and hospitals having the content of Access Medicine. And some of the premier institutes, just I'd like to show, these are not only the huge institutes having the PGE and the premier institutes having the access of this content across India. Next slide, Sagar.
Mr. Shivamoy, I think we can stop here. We are running fairly late.
Yes, I just wanted to show the last slide so that we can go ahead further on this. Okay, this is something, the denials data, basically that we have gathered through the internal informatics tools, where because we have a multiple specialties, not only on the Access Medicine, but also surgery, then pharmacy, then pediatrics, cardiology, everything. And these are some of the denials data we have actually gathered till 7th of December, where it shows there are a huge amount of content trying to got access through these platforms. But since you don't have that license for this content, so there are some issues in getting this access. So the reason for showing this, just I wanted to tell you that if you require any kind of trial access or anything to have access of this particular content, we will be happy to provide you the complimentary trial for your evaluation and feedback on this. With this, I would like to stop this presentation. And once again, thank you so much for your support and cooperation. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Shivamoy. Now I invite the next presenter, that is from Ovid Journals. Mr. Ashwini Singh will make the presentation. I'll request, because we are now running late, about by 15 minutes. So please try to stick on time. And I'll request everyone else except for the presenter to mute themselves.
क्या होता है तेरा ये स्लाइड में?
स्लाइड सर वो YouTube लाइव हो रहा है, मैं तो स्लाइड यहाँ पे तो बराबर ही मूव रहा है, वहाँ पे लेट हो रहा है वो।
अरे ये उल्टा सीधा दिखा रहा है, मैं तो वो घुस ही नहीं पा रहा हूँ और प्रेजेंटेशन तो खराब हो गया सागर।
शिवमोय,
इसलिए मैंने तेरा बंद कर दिया, क्योंकि तेरा भी ये चक्कर होगा तो तू भी कर नहीं पाएगा वो।
नहीं
बाकी का कैसे आ रहा था? बाकी का कैसे आ रहा था पूरा?
Excuse me.
बट यहाँ पे तो
I'll request Mr. Ashwini Singh to start the presentation. Mr. Shivamoy, please mute yourselves. Thank you. Ashwini, you need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you see me?
Yeah, you are audible, but now you are not visible.
Okay, wait one second.
I'll request the faculty members who are members of the library committee to visit the library and help us in fulfilling all the deficiencies that are there as per the MCI and the DCI. Okay, so that will be of great help. Thank you so much. Mr. Ashwini, you can start your presentation.
Yeah, can you see my screen now? And can you see me also?
I can see you very well, but you're not your screen.
Oh, is it, huh? One second. Is it coming now?
Yes, Ashwini.
Yeah, okay, great. So good afternoon, everyone. Especially thank you so much, Dr. Apul Goel, for giving us the opportunity to present. Also, it was a great address by Lieutenant General Dr. Bipin Puri. So if you can see my screen now, I'll just try to make this fast in the interest of time. So I am Ashwini Singh. I'm National Sales Manager for Ovid India. If you see Wolters Kluwer, what we can you see my entire slide, or you can see the presentation mode?
Now I think now we are able to see the presentation mode.
Okay, great. So basically in Wolters Kluwer, we have several divisions. We have health, legal, regulatory, tax and accounting, government risk and compliance. Wolters Kluwer is a global conglomerate organization where there are more than 20,000 employees worldwide, more than 40 countries in operation and offices. And in fact, global operation, but offices are more than 40 countries. And then a turnover of more than 4 billion. If you see, what we represent is we are from the health division. I have my colleague also, Rajiv, who is basically the training and implementation manager with us. We are in the HLRB team, and most commonly we are known as the OV team also because of our great platform which we have. We have Lippincott Solutions, Health Library, etc. We also have UpToDate that is handled by a different division, but obviously it is all in Wolters Kluwer. Yeah, so if you see what does HLRB division stands for, HLRB division is one of the most premier and evidence-based medical nursing and allied health content provider platform. We have good precision search, productivity, and point of care solutions in HLRB divisions. We have our award-winning customer service and support team, and we have education and lifelong learning solutions. So without much ado, I would like to just show this very important slide. What it means that we are present with medical practitioners right from their MBBS journey to post-graduation to senior residency, super specialization, and professional track. We have specific products at all these junctures. If I talk about all these products, this will be a very lengthy presentation. So I would just move on to the next slide, where I would like to emphasize that what are the key strengths of Wolters Kluwer. If you see, Wolters Kluwer is a very comprehensive organization providing digital medical content. We have our Lippincott LWW proprietary journals, where 305 plus journals, but overall we have more than 1,600 journals which we can provide. We have 1,400 exclusive LWW ebooks. However, we have a total collection of 5,600 plus ebooks. Then we have a great depth and breadth of the content. We have 10,700 plus resources. We can also integrate and provide you 460 plus Medno open access journals because Wolters Kluwer has acquired Medno, and Medno is a part of Wolters Kluwer now. So if you see our global penetration, we are present in more than 12,500 institutions and in more than 186 countries. globally, we have more than 150 sales managers, 60 plus support team, 40 global offices, and there are so many languages in which the content is available, and the customer support team is also there. This is a very important fact that in industry there are society partnerships and society titles which are very, very important. And if you see, Voltus Kluwer is having 80 society partnerships and 111 society titles. Just to name a few, we have one of the great content, from American Heart Association, JBJS. Then we have American Society of Dermatological Surgery, and so on and so forth. If you see, we have more than 150 partnerships with third-party publishers also. So Voltus Kluwer is Ovid is a platform wherein third-party content can also be integrated, as well as we have rights. So we operate as an aggregator as well, and a publisher. Obviously, we are one of the strongest publishers in the medical side. So if you talk about our resources, we have unparalleled search precision. Our Ovid Medline is one of the best, when you go through the interface of Ovid, wherein, there is 132 million Ovid searches per year, and there is around 1,000 sessions per minute. So talking about Lippincott, Williams, and Wilkins collection, LWW especially has more than 20 specialty areas wherein there is premium content, right from anesthesiology to cardiology, orthopedics, neurology, nursing, obstetrics, and gynecology. If you talk more about the LWW Total Access collection, we are having 307 journals precisely, but we have top journals ranked by impact factor in 7 subject categories. So if you see, we have the #1 titles in subject categories such as anesthesiology, audiology, speech and language, pathology, education, so on and so forth. Also, Ovid Basic Search is powered by natural language selection, which generates relevant search results. You can access journal content through Ovid or directly to the journal's website. So both is possible. There are e-talks and auto alerts to keep you updated on the latest research. Also, you can instantly link to a bibliographic record. No journals in the collections are under any embargo. So this is just to highlight more on LWW Total Access collection. We have the #1, 1 out of 5 in the peripheral vascular diseases, and top 2 titles in cardiology. If you see, hypertension, circulation are all our titles. I mean, the society titles which are there with us. Then we have 6 of the 10 titles in anesthesiology. We have 2 of the top 10 titles in surgery, annals of surgery, disease in colon and rectum, 2 of the top 10 titles in orthopedics, clinical orthopedics and research, then spine, 2 of the top 10 titles in sports sciences, 2 of the top 10 titles in hematology, so on and so forth. And even in radiology, we have the 3 of the top 10 titles. Talking about KGMU library, I think KGMU has a great library. So these are some of the journals which are subscribed by KGMU as a print resources. However, I will discuss further on the best foot forward with regards to offering more, because if you see, the world is going digital, and as Dr. Abul Goyal also said, that there are a lot of initiatives taken by the KGMU library to go digital. So we'll see to it what best we can offer, wherein the Total Access collection, obviously there are some journals which are available through the ERMED, that is the NML consortia. However, the rest of the 225 journals which are great impact factor as well as great content, we would like to take it further after this presentation, and the discussions will be on. Apart from the journals, we also have health library. Health library are specific ebooks which are compiled in subject areas, wherein there is a lot of search capability. At the same time, there are questionnaires, there are videos. It is all in the format of a real library. So if you see, there are various subject areas which are categorized in the health libraries, and the top collections of the ebooks are there. So in the next possible opportunity, myself or Rajiv would like to discuss and take it further. So this is what we broadly comprise. So just in a nutshell, I would like to stay on this slide and emphasize that our Total Access collection is one of the largest collections by impact factor. At the same time, important journals in all the subject areas. If you can just have a look, whether hepatology, gut, endocrine reviews, obesity, circulation, so on and so forth, it's all available. So that's where I wanted to take the discussion forward. Thank you so much for the time given, Dr. Apul Goel. And if there is any question, I would like to address that.
Thank you, Ashwini, for sticking to the time as well and for your wonderful presentation. So please check the chat box. People are putting their queries there. If there's a specific query related to your product, please answer that. So now we move on to the next presentation, which is by Springer Nature, and I'll request Mr. Vikas or Mr. Kunj to make the presentation.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, very much audible. You can show.
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir. Vikash would be joining maybe in a couple of minutes. So, I have to go to the presentation mode now?
Yes.
Your entire screen. Can you see it now?
No, not yet. I'll request others to mute themselves. Other people can mute themselves.
Sir, because I cannot go into the presentation mode. Can you see my screen, by the way?
No, not yet.
Is it there now?
No. So no. Can anyone else? So can you see the bottom?
Yeah,
present now.
Yeah, I'm clicking on present now, but I think it's not reflecting on the screen.
So, sir, like when you are clicking on present now, after that one pop-up will come up where you need to click on the screen and then the
your
sharing
entire
option.
Screen.
Yeah, click on your entire screen. And
yeah, I'm doing that, but what is happening? It shows two options: share and cancel.
Share.
But it is not highlighting the share one. It is not that the button is not activated.
So it means that the bullets which are coming on the pop-up, you might not be able to select it. So please click once again on your entire screen or maybe on the presentation itself, and then click on share. Button will activate.
No, I have done it a couple of times, but I'm not able to do it as of now. I think you can call somebody else in the meantime, and I will try to fix it up.
Okay. So if there's Mr. Gaurav Singhal from Thema, there's one last presentation. Mr. Gaurav, are you or am I audible to you?
I'm here. I'm very much here. Thanks. Just give me a second. I'll share my screen.
So what is the Mr. Gaurav?
Yes, sir.
Of this, is it Thema or theme or what?
Thema. It's Thema. It's a proper name, proper noun, basically the name of the founder of the company, George Thema. And the original company name is George Thema Verlag. Verlag is basically the German word for publishers. So we are a German-based company, and is my screen visible now, sir?
Yes. You can make it full screen.
Yes, sir. I'm going to do that. First of all, thanks for providing us with this opportunity where we can present our products to the KGMU fraternity. And thanks to the Vice Chancellor and Dr. Apul Goel to provide us this opportunity. Without much ado, I'll start with my presentation. So George Thema Verlag, we are also known as Thema Publishers. We are an award-winning medical publishers and we are over 130-year-old company as of now. We are the publisher who published the first ever X-ray image in our journal DMW in the year 1895. So we have been publishing a lot of content since long, and we are we are one of the pioneers in the field of color atlases and pocket atlases also. I mean, the atlases were there before also, but we are the ones who started with pocket atlases in 1956. If you really want to know about TMI, you should actually ask any neurosurgeon or the plastic surgeon. Our books are the most referred books in the field of neurosurgery and plastic surgery, and we publish most content in these two fields. We are number one publisher in the field. And we are also among the top publisher in the field of ENT, radiology, orthopedics, and speech language therapy. Today, I'll be talking more about our undergraduate offerings as Med1 education and a little about our clinical and postgraduate offerings. Most of this particular product, Med1 education, is totally based on the undergraduate studies. Our focus is totally undergraduate and not much on the clinical or PG side. So Med1 education is a perfect resource for undergraduate studies, and it's a perfect companion for students and teachers alike. We contain color atlases, pocket atlases, textbooks, which are referred textbooks in your institute in preclinical, paraclinical, and clinical subjects, which are taught in MBBS course in the country. We have highly acclaimed and awarded books with high duty rating. I'll come to duty rating a little later in my next slide. Access to the illustration, full color medical textbooks. We are known for our quality content when it comes to our books. Our images, our image quality, our illustrations, our graphs, charts, diagrams are supposed to be the top quality when in our textbooks and in all our books. TMI is known for its quality content. We are, unlike many other publishers, we publish few books in the year, but we make sure that the quality of those books is very high. We add new books frequently. As of now, you can have access to over 45,000 images and over 700 dissection videos and other videos related to undergraduate studies, specifically undergraduate studies. We have many books written by the Indian authors as per MCI guidelines. Several of the books are being used in KGMU also as a recommended text. These books are also available over the mobile app. You can download the mobile app from Android or iOS stores. And we also provide you remote access facility. KGMU, though, has a remote access on its own. But if someone wants to use Med1 directly, all they need to create is one ID and password, which is a 2-minute job, and then they can use Med1 from anywhere in the world. You can create notes, you can highlight book section, you can create playlists, which I'll be talking a little bit about in my presentation. And you can also add your own content in playlist, like PDF files or URLs from outside. So you can create a full probably syllabi for your students, and you can share that syllabi with your students or recommended reading with your students. When I talk about the content coverage, yes, we cover everything that is taught in the undergraduate studies in the 4 years of MBBS, that is preclinical, anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, or paraclinical, which covers microbiology, pathology, pharmacology, forensic sciences, or clinical, ENT, ophthalmology, general medicine, surgery, etc., and much more. This is just not the list. I don't have the space here, so it's as I said more. So it covers all the clinical subjects also, which are taught in the MBBS studies. Talking about the duty rating, I'm sure most of you know about the duty rating. In case you don't, duty is an independent organization which rates and scores most of the medical books that are published in a year. And as you can see, our books are very highly scored. For the 8 books I'm showing here, most of them are in 100 or above 95. In the dearth of timing, I'm not showing other books, but I will tell you that around 70% of our books have around 4-star or 5-star rating. That means I have a duty score of over 75. Coming to that, apart from MBBS, we also have coverage in physiology, dentistry, alternative medicine. Lots of multimedia coverage, thousands of images with diligence, hundreds of videos. You can download these images directly to your PowerPoint. So that's one feature where you'll be able to use the images directly on the PowerPoint, and then you don't have to worry about the copyright information or the bibliographic information of that image. With the image, the PowerPoint will also download the copyright as well as the bibliographic information of the image. So you know that what are the copyright information and the bibliographic information. You don't have to copy paste it again or create on your own. Hundreds of videos, most of the videos are downloadable in MP4 format. Coming to playlists. So this is again a very good feature, a very interesting feature that we are providing to your users. Especially this is very useful for the faculties where they can create and manage playlists. I mean, you must have heard about the MP3 or MP4 playlist in terms of multimedia, but here we are talking about playlists in terms of educational content, where you can add books, book chapters, images, videos, journal articles, external things like external. I mean, you have a very good PDF or a very good article on your subject area, or you have your own notes in your subject area, and you want that to be part of the playlist. You can import it on our website, on our platform, and then you can use them inside the playlist. You can also import the external URLs. You can even add your logos to the playlist to make it more personalized look. And then you can share these playlists with your colleagues, with your classmates, with your students, with a complete institute, or you can also make it visible to everyone who has the access to Med1 education around the world, if you think your playlist is that good. Apart from that, as I said, this particular product is for students, undergraduate students. So what is the most important thing for undergraduate students is the exam preparation. So we have lots of color atlases and pocket atlases, which basically focuses on the exam preps. So there are a few examples of our preclinical exam prep color atlases, like Color Atlas of Human Anatomy, Locomotor System. This particular book is around, a full score of 100 DUDI rating. Color Atlas of Human Anatomy, Nervous System and Sensory Organs, Biochemistry, Genetics, Physiology, Cytology, Histology, and Macroscopic Anatomy. So these are in preclinical sites. Similarly, in paraclinical, we have microbiology in your pocket, pharmacology and illustrated review, Color Atlas of Pathology, and so on. So these are color atlases, pocket atlases, which are used by the students for their exam prep. Similarly, in clinical, we have Color Atlas of ENT diagnosis, ophthalmology, dermatology, neurology, Synopsis of Surgery, which is our Indian book written by Dr. Yogiram Balisetti, a Manual of Essential Pediatrics, etc. So these all really help a student during their exam preparation or to clear up their fundamentals. So this is also used by many students around the world for the after the class studying. So they read a concept, they are taught a concept in the classroom, they can come back, see a concept in these color atlases and get their fundamentals clear in a quick span. Our top-selling textbooks are also part of Med1 education. Tima Dissector is the most recommended text by the Department of Anatomy of KGMU, which is part of Med1 education. Similarly, Gilroy also comes under Atlas of Anatomy Gilroy, which is the most selling books around the world for Tima and also a recommended text for KGMU, is also part of Med1 education. As I said, we talk about quality. The product is on trial with King George Medical University for 7 months now. That's from end of April. We started the started a trial for the product, and the product has gained lots of credibility and lots of fame in KGMU. The usage is the best indicator how the product is used in KGMU. This is the actual usage of KGMU for the year 2020. And in December, we are in mid-December, and the usage is still very high. I will be sharing the usage with the concerned authorities very soon also. So that's about Med1 education. Talking a little about Med1 clinical platforms. We have clinical platforms, as said, that we are the #1 publisher in the field of neurosurgery and plastic surgery, and among the top publishers in the field of speech language, otolaryngology, ophthalmology, radiology, etc. So we have clinical platforms in all these subject areas. We have hundreds of searchable ebooks, Tima clinical ebooks in Med1 Clinical Suite, which is a collection of all these subject areas which I just shown. So we have top class books with a very high duty rating and these clinical suits. Besides books, we also provide you hundreds of procedures and cases. So these are procedures that can be used as a ready reckoner by a doctor before getting into OT. They can take printouts of these procedures or these cases and get them handy while preparing themselves for the operation. Again, thousands of images, thousands of videos are part of this particular product. This is an overview of our platform, the Med1 platform content, where we provide you over 5 lakh pages worth of content for undergraduate studies. It has over 800 operative and other procedures for doctors, over 4,000 cases, 4,000 procedural anatomical and teachable videos, over 4 lakh high quality images, audio clips related to ENT and speech language pathology. Over 10,000 MCQs are part of our training center, which the students can use, and obviously then the students can actually, it's a kind of a self-help for student where they can go and take the quizzes, and it will also provide them the information on how they have done in their previous sessions. And one very good and great feature of our Med1 platform content is Learn from the Masters, where we have asked the actual masters in the area of plastic surgery and neurosurgery to provide us with their videos, their own videos, where they have done the surgery and done the voiceover over those videos while performing those surgery and explaining those surgeries. So it's kind of learning from the masters themselves. Most of the people are those who have themselves created operative type or operative procedure. So this is again a very interesting content which we are providing in our Med1 clinical platforms. Besides this, both Med1 education and our Med1 clinical platforms can be used remotely. You can use Med1 on the go. All you need to do is click on sign up for access from home. It's a very small form, a minimalized form which you have to fill, create your username and password, and then you're good to go to use My Med1 and the remote access both. With My Med1 or with this remote access sign up, apart from using it as a remote access, there are many things you can do. You can highlight section of the book. We really love to highlight or underline the section of our textbooks and of our print books. But in case of ebooks, you can also do that. All you need to do is select the highlight color once you are logged in, and your book section will be highlighted. You can create notes, which students also love to create notes on their print books. You can do that here itself. You can create notes on particular section of a book. Save your searches. You can create and save playlists. You can access and save your progress in Training Center. As said, our mobile app is also available on Android and iOS app. You can have anywhere access. You can offline download a complete ebook. You can watch videos and images. You can create or update your playlists, etc. So our mobile app also is very comprehensive and gives you a lot of things to do. The best part is, even if you are traveling on a train where you don't get any access on your 4G or data access, if you have an offline book downloaded on your app, you can use those. You can read those offline books. So that's from my side. I'll be happy to take question and answers.
Thank you, Mr. Gaurav. So I think Mr. Kunj is ready with his presentation. That will be the last presentation.
Yes, sir. In fact, sir, I have sent this presentation to one of my colleague, Mr. Sanjay Malhotra.
Okay.
He will be, yeah.
Perfect. No issue.
Sanjay, yeah. Because I am feeling I am having some kind of technical issues, so I'm not able to display.
Doesn't matter.
Sanjay?
Do that.
Hello, Sanjay? Hello?
So I need, sir, permission to present the screen, sir.
Yeah.
I need the.
Yeah, please.
Do you need?
Sanjay, are you ready?
Sir, just 2 minutes.
Okay. Shall I call someone to help?
Actually, when I'm trying it, because this particular button of sharing is not activated, I have shared it with somebody else.
हाँ वो कर नहीं पा रहे, जरा इनको देखो, बताओ, बताने की जरूरत है। सर शेयर तो देखने से क्या दिक्कत है? नहीं तो शेयर कैसे करेंगे, तुम ये बता पाओगे कि नीचे से या कहीं से खोलना है?
सर पीपीटी अपनी सर ओपन कर लीजिए बैक साइड में, सर विंडो के बैक साइड में।
जस्ट
आप अपना पीपीटी,
वो ऑलरेडी ओपन है
सर, उसमें भी
वो ऑलरेडी ओपन है।
है सर, तो प्रेजेंट नाउ पे जाइए।
या
प्रेजेंट नाउ,
हाँ, एक्चुअली वो मैं कर रहा हूँ, बिकॉज इन केस आई क्लिक ऑन प्रेजेंट नाउ, उसके बाद देयर इज अनदर स्क्रीन व्हिच सेज योर एंटायर स्क्रीन। ओके,
आप विंडो करिए।
विंडो करूं? ओके,
हेलो,
या
आप विंडो पे देखिए, एक बॉक्स खुल के आया होगा।
हाँ, बॉक्स के अंदर से ले लूं मैं?
हाँ सर, हाँ उसके अंदर से पीपीटी पे सिलेक्ट करके से शेयर कर दीजिए।
आई थिंक आगे आइए।
अभी नहीं सर।
शाकिर, 1 मिनट खोलोगे जरा?
कैन यू सी इट नाउ बाय द वे?
हाँ अब आने वाला है। हाँ
यस सर। सो
ये पीपीटी फुल स्क्रीन पे कर दीजिए आप।
हाँ, इट इज फुल स्क्रीन फ्रॉम माय साइड।
शो नहीं कर रही
यहाँ पे, इट्स नॉट विजिबल। आ गया, yes.
Now is it visible?
Yes.
Actually, the moment I click on presentation mode, I think the screen is not displaying for everyone, so I will keep it as it is.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Okay,
at least...
fine. Yeah. So, good afternoon, everybody who is present here, including my colleagues from the industry. And as you know that Springer Nature is one of the largest publisher, though we are not exactly focused only on the medical or medical sciences. We have various subjects which we cover through our journals and ebooks. So in case we go to the products we have, most of the products may not be relevant for you, but yes, there are some parts of these products, like when we talk about journals, we publish journals under various heads like Springer, Nature, Macmillan, Palgrave Macmillan, Scientific American. And when we talk about Springer, in Springer we have various subject collections within the journals, medicine and biomedical life sciences. These are the two relevant collections for medical sciences. Similarly, in Nature, we publish most of the titles which are there. They are basically related to medicine and life sciences. In Palgrave Macmillan, these journals are not directly relevant for life sciences or medical, but yes, they are basically related to some other subject areas. We publish large number of books, and one of them again is medicine and biomedical life sciences. These two subjects collections are directly relevant for you, and KGMU is already subscribing. They bought our ebooks for 2 copyright years in 2019. So those are being used heavily. I will show a graph for that. And we also have some databases which may be relevant for medical sciences, like our nanosciences and nanotechnology database. Similarly, we have pharmacovigilance, ADIS Insight, and we have ADIS journals also. We publish 22 ADIS journals. So I will come to them later on. These all journals and books, they are basically, they can be accessed through two platforms. That is springernature.com, sorry, link.springer.com, and another one is nature.com. So all these products can be accessed from them. All nature journals as well as our academic journals, they are hosted on nature.com, and all Springer journals, Palgrave journals, as well as our ebook contents are hosted on link.springer.com. So as a user, you need to switch over to these platforms as of now, but by 2022, probably we will have a single platform for all the products. So I will start with the Springer journals, where we publish around 3,000 journals, and out of these 3,000 journals, around 90% of the journals are open access as of today. Not exactly fully open access. We publish around 300 fully open access journals through BMC, Biomed Central, and around 2,200 Springer journals in hybrid board. So anybody who wish to contribute to open access journals, we have 90% of the journals in open access mode. And if you see, these journals are divided among STM, science, technology, and medicine, as well as humanities, social sciences. Then we publish 22 ADIS journals, which are basically meant for, again, for the medical and pharma business. And these are the subject areas which you covered by ADIS journals. So if you could see, most of them are related to clinical pharmacology or dermatological disorders, drug safety. And drugs is, we have a journal called Drugs, which is the most popular journal in medical colleges and medical institutions. And you would find it on the shelves of all these institutions. Similarly, we have Palgrave journals, which are basically related to business and economics, political science, social sciences, or humanities. They may not be directly relevant for medical institutions, but yes, some of them may be related to those areas which are they are basically relevant for medical sciences. Similarly, for Palgrave journals, these are again on humanities, social sciences, and management. We publish 300 open access BMC journals, where these are all fully open access journals. These are again related to life sciences and medicine. We publish large number of academic journals. These are basically hosted on nature.com. They came along with when we merged with Macmillan, and Nature became part of Springer Nature Group. Nature, we have 32 Nature branded journals, and at the same time, these academic journals, either they are published on behalf of the societies or directly from the Nature. And these are again very relevant. If you could see, like cancer gene therapy or oncogene, and we represent some of the, you can say, societies, like we have British Medical Journal, which is very popular again. Then these are the subject areas where all these nature journals are, they belong to these areas, like biomedical life sciences, neurosciences, or maybe chemistry and material sciences, medicine. And I would like to tell you that out the top 50 journals, the highest impact factor, Nature has the highest number of journals lying in top 50 brackets of the high impact journals. So if you could see that Nature is one of the journal, and then we have Nature branded journals. So Nature was started in 1869, which is one of the oldest journals in market. And then we started our Nature branded journals also, like Nature Biotechnology or Nature Medicine, Nature Physics. And we launch at least 2 or 3 new journals every year. If you can see the list of the journals which have been launched in last 3-4 years. And the latest ones are like Nature Aging, Nature Computer Science, and Nature Review Methods. So these are the journals which were launched, and we will be launching in 2021, and we have already started booking for them. Now I will switch over to basically to our ebooks portfolio. The archives of these journals are also available, because whatever journals we publish, we have archives for most of them. So any institution can buy archives for medical journals or archive for biomedical life science journals. Similarly, we have archives for Nature, maybe Scientific American. So archives are available for all kinds of journals which we publish. and as a separate product. It's a one-time purchase and it's a separate product altogether. Books are very important portfolio of Springer Nature, where we publish around 14,000 books every year. These are new books which we publish, and these books are divided among around 21 subject collections. So 11 of the subject collections are basically related to science and medicine, and 10 subject collections are related to humanities and social sciences. So these are the subjects I can show you. Here we can see that biomedical and life sciences and medicine, these are the two important areas which are meant for medical sciences and life sciences. And behavioral science could be one of the area because it covers psychology also. So, and we publish somewhere around 8,800 books in medicine every year, and KGMU is subscribing to around 1,700 books which we published in 2017 and 18. So that way we have a large portfolio of e-books within the medicine. I'm not talking about biomedicine and life sciences, which is a separate portfolio. In case we put together both of them, we are publishing more than 1,500 books in these two subject collections only. And then we have some other products like we have started videos. These are basically educational videos and from the leading institutions and academicians. And those are we are offering as a separate product now. Then we have some databases like Nature Protocols is again very relevant for medical institutions, where Nature Protocols and Nature Methods are these are two journals. And Springer Protocols is a database of peer-reviewed protocols published in last around 40 years. And these are more than 45,000 protocols as a database. Similarly, we have product on material sciences, which may not be directly relevant for medical segment, but yes, biomaterials and all these products are again this can be useful. Then we have a product called Nano, which was launched by our Nature team, which is initially was known as Nature Nano. Now we can say it's only a Nano, but it is a very relevant product, which are basic people who are working on nanomedicine, and we are already in touch with the research groups who are working on these areas. And this product covers all the disciplines in nanosciences, including the physical sciences. Then ADIS Insight, again, this is basically relevant for the drug discovery. All the people who are into the research of drug discovery, trials and deals and safety. So this is basically meant for pharmacology departments as well as companies who are into the drug discovery. And I think this is all for our products. I have another presentation which shows the usage of our journals. I will just show you that one, sir. Yeah. So in fact, KGMU is subscribing to two products, ebook collections, which were published in 2017 and 18 copyright years, and nature.com complete. Nature.complete is basically an access-only product where we cover all the journals of Springer along with their archives. In fact, the cost of each Nature journal we give as a site license, but this is a comprehensive product which is basically useful for the institutions who want to take a trial of the Nature journals. Here they will get access to all Nature and academic journals which are part of the Nature group, and along with their archives. Otherwise, archives is a separate product once if somebody buys as a one-time product. So I will just show you the trend of downloads. The journals which are being subscribed, Nature journals, in 2019 there were around 819 downloads, which became 908. Yeah.
Your screen is not visible.
It's not visible now. Just a minute, sir. I will do it again. It is showing presenting, but I think screen is not showing. Just a minute, sir. I will do it again. I will do it again, sir. I think now it is visible.
No, not yet. Doesn't matter. I think you can just read it out.
Yeah.
So, now it is coming. Now it's
Yes.
there.
Yeah, I was trying to show the usage of nature journals within KGMU in last 2 years. And if you could see this graph, there are 119 downloads in 2019, and we are expecting that there will be more than 1,000 downloads in this year, because this report of 2020 is till October only. So in case we see for the full year, there would be more than 1,100 downloads for nature journals. And for Springer ebooks, if you see the usage, it's very high. In 2019, it was 4.3, because these books were purchased in June 2019 only. So we are showing you the usage of 2019 and 20. In 2019, it's 4,300 plus, and in 2020 till now, in last 10 months, around 7,300 downloads have been done for these ebooks. So I will show you even the denials of these books, because these are in high in demand within the KGMU. And since you have books for last 2 years only, though we are publishing medical books for last 40-50 years. So in case we take all of them, so you have a high denial here. In 2019, it was only 1,200, but now we are expecting that this year it will be more than 1,700 denials for medicine books only. These are not for the other subject collections. Similarly, because right now you are subscribing only to the nature journals, not to the Springer journals. Here you could see the denial report of Springer journals also. It was 4,137 for 19, and we are hoping that for this year, Springer denials would be around 6,700. I'm trying to show you a list of the top denied journals in last 2 years, and these are top 15 journals. I have just taken out 15 journals out of the entire list, and here you can see the number of denials from each title in last 2 years. So if library has budgets, we can even propose some of these titles. I will share these usage and denial reports with you, sir. This is all from my side, and I invite questions in case somebody has any question.
Thank you, Mr. Kunj. And so right now I don't see any questions. So, but if people who are there can unmute themselves now, and if they wish, they can just ask directly as well.
Okay.
Or they can on the chat box, whatever.
I don't see any question in chat box as of now.
My humble appeal to all publishers is that the cost, I'm not sure whether you can do anything about it, but the incremental in the cost effect is, it makes things difficult for us. All the products, you are all top publishers world over. So all the products that you have